following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Tonight on Live at 4.
We used to have advertisements in the newspaper that said male jobs and female jobs.
Today is Equal Pay Day. Discussions about men's and women's wages are happening across the nation, and one alderman is speaking out about the issue right here in Macomb.
A year's worth of fundraising came together this weekend, all for the kids. Find out how WIU's Dance Marathon reached their goal.
Cloudy skies and constant drizzle is all we've seen this past week. Storm Team 3's Emily Manley will tell us if there will be any sunshine around the corner ahead. Live at 4 starts now.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Polls will be closing in less than 3 hours for local elections. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4.
More than 19,000 voters are registered in McDonough County, and there are more than 100 races. 3 of the races are aldermen in Macomb. Carper, Vajezi, and Moon are up for re-election but are running unopposed. Moving to the race for the Spoon River College Board, there are 6 candidates running for 3 seats. Those are all 6-year terms. For the Macomb School Board, there are 6 candidates running for 4 seats. These positions will serve 4-year terms. For the first time in Bushnell, a woman is set to take office as mayor. Robin L. Witt is running unopposed. Witt is the Macomb Area Economic Development Corporation representing the city of Bushnell.
More from elections now. WIU Student Government Association is working toward filling in new leadership positions for the next school year. Last week kicked off with the Speaker of the Senate nominations. Senator-at-Large Sean Howard nominated Senator-at-Large Patrick Quinlan for the position, in which he accepted. Current Speaker of the Senate Andrew Mueller says to become the Speaker, you already have to be an SGA Senator.
For President, Vice President, campus-wide elections, any student can run. But you have to be a senator in the Senate currently to be nominated for Speaker and to be elected for Speaker.
Mueller says they will be voting for Speaker at the next meeting.
SGA candidates running for election can now start campaigning. Students having the opportunity to meet and greet the candidates tonight at the debate. The event begins at 6:30 in the Capitol Room of the Student Union Ballroom. Attorney General Aaron Torelli says the campaign is going great so far.
We have 3 great candidates running for president and vice president, 2 great candidates running for student member to the board of trustees, and 4 great candidates running for Senate at large. And it's going to be a tough one this year, but from what I see so far, the morale and everyone's upbeat and having a great time so far.
Torelli says voting starts Monday, April 10th at 6 a.m. through Thursday, April 14th at 4 p.m. A woman is in custody after police say she assaulted and resisted an officer. Ariel Harrison was arrested Sunday afternoon after police received a call about a domestic dispute. Police say officers arrived on the scene and heard Harrison and her partner fighting. Police were unable to open the apartment door because they say Harrison held it shut, claiming police didn't have a warrant. Police were eventually able to open the door and the situation took a turn. Police say Harrison wrestled and struck an officer 3 times in the face. Police were eventually able to restrain Harrison and take her into custody. Police say her children told them what happened after the partner became uncooperative. The arresting officer said Harrison was highly intoxicated, and when the arrest was made, she's being held at McDonough County Jail on several counts.
April 4th is Equal Pay Day. Celebrities and political figures are speaking out because women earn less on average than men. Back here at home, 5th Ward Alderman Gail Carper spoke to News 3 at Monday night City Council meeting about how important it is for women to have equal pay in the community.
Women's wages have always been less than men across all occupations. I'm not talking about a difference in the jobs that women do.
Macomb City Council approved to raise the salary of the utility clerk, deputy city clerk, chief of police, and city attorney. 3 of those positions are held by women. Equal Pay Day means that if a man made $100,000 during 2016, a woman would have had to work all of 2016 and up until today to make that same amount of money.
A Macomb man is dead after a 3-car accident. On Friday afternoon, 84-year-old C. Don Weston died after being airlifted to Blessing Hospital in Quincy. Weston was a part of the Illinois State Bar Association for over 50 years, was a founding member of the Bears and Bulls Stock Club in Macomb, and also served as Macomb County State Attorney. He was scheduled to be this year's Grand Marshal at the Heritage Days Parade. Weston's visitation will be held on Wednesday, April 5th at Clugston Tibbetts Funeral Home starting at 5 p.m. His memorial service will be held on Thursday, April 6th at Wesley United Methodist Church at 1:30 p.m. Donations to the Wounded Warrior Project or charity of the donor's choice is accepted.
For 4 years, a fundraising event has been held to encourage WIU students in the community to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. News 3's Jennifer Holloman tells us more about Dance Marathon.
WIU students had a chance to move their feet to the beat at Dance Marathon over the weekend. Different organizations came together on campus to help raise funds for the St. Louis Children's Miracle Hospital. Their main goal was to raise $100,000.
Because so many people come together who want to support an awesome cause and be a part of something greater than ourselves, and it's kind of a way to give back and to those who are not as fortunate and who are unfortunately in the hospitals and have to suffer with illnesses. It's a way for us to show our support and come together as a group to provide comfort and raise funds for these people who need it.
News 3's very own Emily Manley and Danny Fry were the MCs who kept the crowd moving at this year's event. Students had to stand on their feet for 12 hours to represent the shifts of doctors and nurses.
Just seeing all the kids here running around dancing with us, it makes me feel happy, and I'm doing that for the kids.
Dance Marathon is not only an event to raise money for the kids, but it is also a chance for families to share their stories to inspire others. The Score family was one story that had an impact on students. Jace has beaten cancer at a young age and is still dealing with treatments.
These kids smiling and beating something is enough to keep pushing them forward, and we heard that time and time again. So I hope that that's the impact that they take away, is that never ever give up type spirit.
Dance Marathon had their largest turnout of dancers this year. There were a total of 491 dancers that came and danced all night long at this fun event. From News 3, I'm Jennifer Holloman.
Dance Marathon, such a great event. We're proud to have had News 3's Emily Manley and Danny Fry as the MCs. Dance Marathon ended up raising more than their goal of $100,000. They raised $123,000. Fundraising for next year's event will start taking place now that this year's is over. Still to come on Live at 4, we're continuing our News 3 special report series, Overcoming Obstacles. Find out how two girls with the same disease are able to relate to and empower each other.
And later on, it's National Hug a News Person Day. Free hugs for all of us. But I went out on campus to see how much love I could get from everyone.
And right now, sports, Redrick Terry is in. Redrick, what do you got?
Thank you very much, Megan. Coming up in sports, we'll recap a busy day in Macomb High athletics, including the Lady Bombers softball team going at it at home. Were they able to dodge the rain and grab a victory over North Fulton? We've got highlights coming up later on. But first, speaking of rain, Storm Team 3's Emily Manley has a look at our forecast. Emily?
Redrick, I can't get rid of this rain. I'm so tired of it. I'm sure you are too. Current temperatures around 54 degrees outside, still cloudy. Humidity at 80%. Winds are pretty low, 8 miles an hour. I'll have your 5-day forecast along with a look at the radar coming up a little bit later on Live at 4.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 is back in a moment.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Garrett Covington chose Western Illinois University because of the law enforcement program and the chance to be a leatherneck.
Western has one of the best law enforcement programs in the nation, and I get to play the game I love. Whether I go pro or I go to law school, because of Western, I would take my success to another level. I am a success story. I am a leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
Welcome back to Live at 4. 2 girls, 1 disease, and an incredible friendship. This week, you'll meet Alyssa and Audrey. The 2 WIU students are each battling forms of brittle bone disease, but their eerily similar medical mishaps aren't all that bonds them. Here's this week's Overcoming Obstacles, a News 3 special report.
There's Alyssa, and there's Audrey. Individually unique.
I have osteogenesis imperfecta.
I have idiopathic osteoporosis / osteogenesis imperfecta.
But together, complete.
I couldn't imagine my life without her. She is the one person that understands everything that I'm going through.
Osteogenesis imperfecta, more commonly known as brittle bone disease, is a chronic condition in which bones break and fracture very easily.
My freshman year, I think I broke 8 bones. My sophomore year, 12, and then my junior and senior year, almost 20 each.
Although the cause is unknown, researchers believe this rare disease is genetic, making the fact that Audrey and Alyssa found each other that much more special.
Nobody understands anything better than Alyssa. Like, she literally goes through everything I've gone through. Like, my hip is what she's going through now, and her wrist is what I'm going through now. We just take turns.
The sorority Phi Sigma Sigma brought these 2 together, and ever since, they've been supporting each other in everything they do. Before being diagnosed, both girls were very active with sports they can no longer participate in. Because even when they're not in a cast or brace, the pain always lingers.
I do not have a memory of a day where I don't have pain. It has been something that I've dealt with since I was a little kid.
People don't see that. Like, they see us as like people who are always happy, people who always are smiling, and nothing ever bad happens to us, but yet we're experiencing pain on a daily basis, and it's pain that they can't even understand or begin to relate.
Both say the hardest part is trying to help others understand what they're experiencing.
And when I said that I couldn't come out because I was in too much pain, nobody understood what that meant. They thought that I was just making it up and I wanted to stay home, and I didn't. I wanted to have friends.
But luckily, there is one person in their life who can always relate, and that's each other.
We like the same things. She jokes that we're 90% the same, and it's really quite true. We have different tastes in music and guys, but that's about it.
Though their bones may continue to break,
it's hard to know, and it's hard to deal with, and it's hard to cope with, but like, it makes me want to do as much as I possibly can now.
Their friendship is unbreakable.
And I don't know what I'd do without her.
Thank you so much also to Ryan Garrity for the video work on that story. Both girls are pursuing careers to help people like themselves. Alyssa is studying biology and wants to go on and study genetics, and Audrey is pursuing a master's in social work so she can help people with disabilities. They are 2 phenomenal young ladies, and we wish them all the best.
Heartwarming story, Megan. Thank you. Turning to developing news now, a second teenager has been charged in a sexual assault posted on live Facebook. Chicago police say as many as 6 people gang raped a 15-year-old girl, as dozens of people watched on social media. No one called police. The Facebook post has since been removed, but community activist Andrew Holmes says the victim's family is having a hard time coping.
She just wants this to end, and she wants to put it behind her because, see, her daughter still has to face these individuals, possibly in trial, and that's tough.
Authorities said the victim has been traumatized and relocated with her family to a safe place. As for the 2 juvenile suspects, they will face criminal sexual assault charges and manufacturing and distribution of child pornography. Police are still looking to identify as many as 5 other boys and 1 adult.
Up next on Live at 4.
This cloudy, rainy, gray weather we've been having is going to stick around for a few more days.
But perhaps a sunny weekend could be in store. Storm Team 3's Emily Manley will have the answer when we come back.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
I think what I love most about News 3 is that we're really provided with a real-world experience. We're able to get hands-on work in news, and it's very similar to what you would find in a real newsroom, but everyone around here is really good about pushing you to be your best. News 3 has really taught me to believe in myself and that if you work hard, you can achieve anything you want. News can sometimes be really tricky, and you have a lot of roadblocks. All of us hold each other to really high standards, and I think that really shows in our newscasts.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Now, from the Storm Team 3 Weather Center, here's Emily Manley.
I hate to say it, but just gloomy, gloomy, gloomy skies again. We saw some sunshine this weekend, a little sun on Sunday as well, but mostly on Saturday. Current temperatures outside, 54 degrees, winds pretty mild at 8 miles an hour. Just depends on the day and where you've been. You've felt no wind at one point, and then we have had gusts up to 10 miles an hour. The current radar, you can see that there's more rain off to the east of us, and that is going to cause the west, backwards when I'm talking, but that could come into the area and could cause some more rain for this evening, so can't put away those umbrellas yet. Take a look at the current surface map for this area. You can see that that low pressure system is what's causing that rain. Earlier this week, that low and high pressure system collided with each other, which is what caused all this rain. These temperatures to kind of fluctuate. You know, this weekend we did see some temperatures in the higher 60s, and now we're back into the 50s. This is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show that there is no severe outlooks for our area, but that rain that is to the west of us is causing flash flood warnings because of how much rain we've gotten. You walk on the grass, it is still soggy, even though we saw some sunshine this weekend. That's to how much rain we have gotten. This is the almanac for today, which is April 4th. My goodness, can't believe we're already in April. Our record for today was 86. The record low was 9 degrees. Thank goodness we are not at 9 degrees. It's a little bit cold. Average for this time of year is 59 degrees, and we are currently sitting a high today. We hit at 57, so pretty normal for this time of year. Temperatures around the area, 58 in Beardstown and 60 degrees in Springfield. Can't really complain besides the rain. The temperature map for this time of year to the west of us, where all that rain has been, that's where they're seeing a little bit below average temperatures, but all those tornadoes that happen to the south of us, that's where all that above average temperature is happening because of how warm it is. It's clashing with the low pressure system, creating all those tornadoes. This is tomorrow. We are going to see more rain tomorrow. Sad to bring the bad news. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. More rain into tomorrow as that pressure system finally moves out, but moving into Thursday, you can see that it starts to get out of the area, and that's going to be good moving into this weekend. Temperatures for this evening, 40 degrees, really don't hit below freezing anytime soon. Tomorrow, we're back at 40 degrees, so you're pretty much going to be the same. Moving into tomorrow night, 37 degrees all around the area, 39 closer to the river. This is a look at my tonight forecast. Once again, 40 degrees, rain again this evening. As you saw, that is to the west of us. Moving into tomorrow, 40 degrees and more rain, like I said, sadly, but you're going to like my 5-day forecast. Take a look here. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to see some sunshine finally. I might actually get some sun on my face. It's been a while. I cannot stand how pale I am. It's only April, but we just got to get through tomorrow. There's going to be some wind moving in. That's those pressure systems getting out of the area, but I'm not going to complain because we're finally going to see the sun.
I guess the only good thing about this rainy stuff is that green.
April showers bring May flowers.
You got it.
And now, Redrick Terry has a next word in sports.
Thank you very much, Nick. Straight ahead in sports, we're going to take you right to the pitch for MHS soccer, how the Lady Bombers soccer team fared at home against Canton. We will have the highlights coming up next. And also, we'll hear from the WIU head coach who just got signed on for the foreseeable future. His reaction to the big extension is next on Live at 4.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning? Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay, but remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You make me wear my bike helmet. You taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules. You tell me to stay away from drugs. To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
My favorite thing about NEWS3 is you're constantly working with someone. If you're not going to work with someone, then your show's not going to go right. NEWS3 has really got me ready and prepared for the outside world. Traveling to do a tornado story, or if that even means traveling to Iowa to cover third graders, I get to work with some fantastic people. It wouldn't be the show that it was today without the production crew, without our anchors, without our talent. It's really a team effort, and I'm beyond blessed to be able to be here.
And welcome back to Live at 4. Well, Mother Nature has not been on the side of Macomb High softball. Each of the last two games have not been able to be played due to the weather. They were able to dodge the rain yesterday, however, at home against North Fulton. We'll take you there right now. It's highlight time and a familiar face. That's right, there's Kelly Sears, former football coach. He's back for another season of softball. We'll go to 2-0 North Fulton in the top of the sixth. There's a ground at the third, but it's going to be enough for an inning-ending double play, and they are out of the scoring threat. We move to the top of the seventh, a ground ball to short, but a low throw gets away and allows another North Fulton run to cross the plate. Runner trying in for second. They will be thrown out, but the score is 3-0 now in favor of the Wildcats. Bombers down now to their last strike, and there it is, called strike 3, and that will end the ball game. A good game, but the Bombers fell just short. 3-0 was the final score. MHS will hit the road next against Beardstown. That will be on Thursday. Moving on to the pitch now, the Bomber girls softball team looked to grab their first victory in the month of April. Their opponent, a really tough Canton crew. So we'll take you out there now. The Lady Bombers hosting the Little Giants on a gloomy afternoon. We've had a lot of those recently. Emma Hewer launches a shot from the right side, but Erica Dawson accidentally cuts it off. A little friendly fire there. Then Canton with a shot of their own. That flares off wide to the left. As we move on halfway through the first half, no score. Erica Dawson on the run, up ahead to Lucy Grido, but Grido would knock it right into the mitts of the Canton goalie. She's on top of it. And then another shot on goal for Canton, but there is a nice stop to keep things knotted up at minute 25. Now Hero rejected once here, but staying with it for another shot attempt. Ultimately a lot of chances, but the Bombers would come up just short. It was a close match, but the Little Giants were able to grab the 1-0 victory. The Bombers are scheduled to start in just a few moments against Springfield Lutheran at home at 4:30. Well, a big weekend for the WIU women's tennis crew. They had an opportunity to grab their first Summit League Conference victory since the year 2011. Well, they were able to do exactly that, defeating the Coyotes of South Dakota 4-3 the final. This win snaps a 36-match conference losing streak. And up next for the Leatherneck home match against Omaha, that'll be at noon. Shifting gears now to women's hoops, J.D. Gravina is here to stay, signing a contract extension last week. Coach Gravina responded to talks of a potential change of scenery today.
You up to possibilities for jobs, and I know my name was mentioned for some jobs, but really our players elevated the level of our program to a point where now that also elevates the type of job that I would be interested in and taking my next step, and so in a way they elevated me kind of out of the market a little bit, and so I think more than anything it's just really about our kids, and it would take an awfully good opportunity to get me to want to step away from this group of girls.
And of course, congratulations to Coach Gravina. That's all for sports. Final word is next on Live at 4.
Hillary Dunn was convinced that Western Illinois University would invest in her.
My classes, friends, teachers, and activities have had a tremendous impact on my time here.
Hillary's passion for learning and helping others will lead her down a successful path.
Whether I choose graduate school or missionary work, I'll serve to the best of my ability because I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I'd have to say it was just the fact that you can get involved right away. You walk in the door and you can learn all the equipment. And I've been able to anchor, I've been able to be a DJ on our student-run radio station here. I've been able to work any of the camera equipment and the audio equipment. The fact that you can get involved right away. Everybody's really friendly. They welcome you right when you walk in the door. And you report the news, but you can also have fun stories and hard news stories and conflicting stories. But yet you just get such a real-life experience here at NEWS3.
Today is April 4th. It's National Hug a News Person Day. I'm going to try to get as many hugs as I can in 5 minutes. Starting out. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Getting hugs left and right. The only sad thing is, a few people actually said no. Oh, there we go. There's one right there.
Leave it to Nick Eric to go out on the town and make a fool of himself, am I right?
Who said it was a fool? It was National Hug a News Person Day.
I would have been out there too, folks, but I was here doing my job.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I at least got to go meet some people. 3 in a row right there, look at that.
Honestly though, I think if we'd sent Redrick out.
I was just going to ask, can I get in on this as well?
I think we would have had better luck, don't you, Emily?
Oh, by far. I already know that Redrick's hugs are better than Nick hugs. I know that for a fact.
But I had the sign. That's all that matters.
Yeah, sometimes it's those smiling Redrick, beautiful God voice that he has.
Yeah, exactly. You can't deny it.
I do know that people are going to be giving me hugs after our wedding this
so if
weekend.
you see one of us today, we all deserve a hug.
But
It's
after
national news person.
that's true. But I'm just saying, you're going to want to hug me more out of all them. When you take a look at my 5-day forecast, here we go for you. You can see that the weekend is going to be fantastic. I'm so excited. I'm going to get sun. I'm going to get some rays. We're just going to have to get through the next 24 hours. Low pressure system that is sitting right on top of us, still causing that rain, but hopefully by this weekend the ground will dry out. Maybe get out there and swing a golf club or so. I know that I really need to work in my yard because all it's done is rain. So I'm very excited to get outside, and I think we're all excited to finally see some sun.
Thank you so much, Emily.
All right, now that's all for us today.
But you can find us online all the time. Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us here at News 3, have a great night, Macomb.